School in Abel and attended Booker Washington Institute in Kakata, Margibi County in 1957 to 1960. Obtained a UC GOL scholarship in 1966 and studied at George Washington University, Washington DC, and Syracuse University in Syracuse, New York, and obtained BSc degree in accounting and finance and MSc degree in public administration. Our honoree returned to Liberia in 1975 and worked at the Bureau of Maritime Affairs as Principal Deputy Commissioner for Finance. He was subsequently appointed Assistant for Fiscal Affairs and later Deputy Minister for Expenditure in 1979. He was appointed Governor of the National Bank of Liberia in 1985. Subsequently, he was appointed again as Minister of Finance in 1987. He went into exile during the Liberian civil conflict in May 1990 to the Netherlands, but returned in 1997 after the election that brought Charles Taylor to power. He was appointed again as Minister of Finance in 1998. He has served as chairman of many boards, including the Liberian Electricity Corporation, Liberian Bank for Development and Investment, National Housing and Savings Bank, the Agricultural Cooperative and Development Bank, and recently the National Port Authority. He served as a member of the Board of Governors of the Central Bank of Liberia for 11 years from 2004 to 2015 and was honorably retired. He is a chairman and senior member of the First United Methodist Church, Marshall City. Was married but not a widower after his wife predeceased him. He's a father of many children, biological and adopted. He is an entrepreneur, an investor, a real estate mogul, and a farmer, mostly an employee. Our honoree is no more than somebody who we all know, Honorable John B. Bestman.
But before we cut it, let me say, I'm so pleased to do this because the one thing left out of this is that he was a deputy to me at the Ministry of Finance. So we trained him to serve in the manner in which he has served.
That they will hear. That they will hear.
It's the best one together. It's the best one together.
Okay, let's go.
And it reads LMTI, the John G. Bestman Maritime Training Institute, Marshall, Lower Margibi County, Republic of Liberia. Dedicated by Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson, President of Liberia.
We pray, oh God, that everything we be doing here today, oh God, may it bring glory and honor to thy name. We thank you, Lord. We give you praise. We worship you, Lord. We adore you, oh Father, because without you, there is nothing. So just thank you for this occasion. Bless us as we proceed through this occasion. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you, brother. At this time, the President of the Republic of Liberia, we have an inspection of the parade ground.
Ma'am, the mission for inspection of the troop.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm humbly honored to welcome all of you to the formal opening of the LMDI. Distinguished guests, for a moment, please allow me to digress with you in time. Approximately 18 years ago, LISCAR and the Republic of Liberia entered into an agreement wherein LISCAR became the exclusive agent of Liberia to manage its internationally focused maritime and non-residential corporate program. These programs originally were founded in partnership between the government of Liberia and the former US Foreign Minister for President Roosevelt over 70 years ago to service the global shipping industry. Since LISCAR has assumed management, the Liberian registry has nearly tripled in size, mostly during the tenure of Her Excellency Madame Salif. You can applaud. Thank you. It was hard work. Moreover, Liberia's reputation in the international community is elevated by the prestige of the Maritime program, which is widely respected as a leading high-quality maritime agency worldwide, notably with over 30% of all cargo to the USA transported on vessels registered with Liberia. In recent years, we have desired to become increasingly engaged in local initiatives to support Liberia development as demonstration to our love, gratitude, and enduring commitment to the country and its people, inspired by Madame President's vision and guidance. We undertook to provide our expertise to LMTI in order to rehabilitate the academy's infrastructure and oversee the training based on world-class standards. The task was monumental, and we began by conducting a detailed feasibility study, arranging the resources with the Liberian Maritime Authority, and bringing together technical experts from premier international institutions. In managing this effort, we also successfully integrated many qualified and dedicated Liberians who have been instrumental in the effort to revamp the institution. These individuals have not only overseen the rehabilitation of the premises, they have also assisted in ensuring that the training and the living environment is up to date and the facility are housed with the most modern equipment. We have rehabilitated the existing dormitories and classrooms, constructed additional classrooms with a parade ground, and computerized the lab and classroom. The gym and the pool, the training pool, are still under construction and nearly completed. Now, even though LMTN remains a work in progress, we can invite you to a fully operation academy that is already world-class in its current state. In August of this year, we opened our door to a diverse group of 24 students between the age of 17 to 24 years old, 20 male and 4 females. They have come from all counties in the country to attend a 2-year diploma program. At the end of their studies, they will be certified to go on sea to become skilled technician to satisfy the domestic demand for skilled labor. We believe this tangible knowledge transfer, which is a career focus, is an integral of the training mandate given to us. From this foundation, we foresee a learning center of excellence wherein credits obtained herein can be transferred to college for on-road matriculation. We also foresee an institution that will foreseeable future supply manpower constantly and on a rotational basis to a broader seafarers industry. Madam President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for honoring our invitation and welcome to this opening ceremony. Thank you.
Madam President, I want to stand on and observe all established protocols. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by first extending thanks and appreciation to a number of distinguished actors who made this dream a reality. First and foremost is Madam President. We're celebrating the opening of this institute because of her persistence and insistence. I will be remiss if I didn't use this opportunity to extend to you, Madam President, our profound thanks and appreciation for the leadership in getting this institute up and running. I remember vividly in 2015 when we were negotiating the amendments to the agency agreement between LISCAD and the government. You were keen on ensuring that provisions be included so that the institute will be upgraded and made functional again. It was against this backdrop that the government team negotiated with our partners in LISCAD to bring their expertise and take over the full management of the institute. Let me also extend special thanks to Commissioner Bayan Kesali, under whose administration this project was initiated. Also, special thanks to members of the National Legislature who also ratified the agreement. Madam President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to report that with financial support from the government, LISCAD has been able to complete the full rehabilitation of the campus, recruited highly qualified instructors and staff, including librarians, and had developed an internationally accredited curriculum. Madam President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the LISCAD team has also been able to competitively recruit 24 students who are currently studying on this campus. My great concern when I took over was to ensure that we recruited the right kind of student, and that meant they had the right attitude to understand that the training we provided for them was not only to give them employable skill, but was to serve as a basis for developing a career. My fear then was, you don't want to train people without the right attitude, and then after their graduation, I saw them in from Maritime Authority demonstrating for jobs. I needed them to understand that we're giving them skill to be able to move on, even though we will make effort to ensure that they have seat time. Madam President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the team was able to outline to me the recruiting process and also how the program was designed to ensure that the skills they were acquired here can be used both on sea and on land. While this program is intended to give young people employable skills, it's also a starting point for a career in the maritime industry. Our graduates with basic skill will have the opportunity to explore the vast world in maritime. With the revamping of the Institute and the upgrading of the curriculum, we begin to work with our ship owners to ensure that our seamen can board our Brent flag vessels. Also, based on LISCA's vast experience in the training business, we believe we'll be able to use their services in placing our students on other vessels. Madam President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, another important component of this training institute is that it will be well positioned to provide short-term training and refresher courses to professionals in the maritime sector. This will go a long way in ensuring that productivity is enhanced in the sector, as well as reducing the training cost of our partners in the sector. They will no longer have to send folks to Ghana and other capitals for short-term training. There are indeed a lot of other benefits that this institute will provide, and we're delighted to be part of this great undertaking. Madam President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we remain greatly indebted to you, Madam President, for the farsightedness and wisdom in insisting that the upgrading and revamping of the institute are part of the 2015 amendment. On this note, Madam President, I want to express thanks and appreciation to everyone who made this day a success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. We call on the chairman of the Board of Commissioners at the Liberian Maritime Authority, Councillor Joa Nelson.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Madam President. Her Excellency, Madam President, kindly allow me, Madam, to stand on all protocols already. Ladies and gentlemen, the Board of Directors of the Maritime Authority is very appreciative to you for joining us here today for the formal opening of the institution, our institution. This LMTI is an offspring of the Mana River Training Institute, which was established in 1973 as part of the Mana River Declaration. It was done by heads of states of Sierra Leone and Liberia, which was later joined by Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire. Subsequently, the other countries withdrew from the participation, and Liberia became the sole supporter and changed the name of the institute to the Liberia Maritime Training Institute, which is now today honorably named after Honorable John G. Bessie. Madam President, distinguished guests, today we have come together to dedicate a newly renovated facility with state-of-the-art equipment that will bring students' educational sojourn into the 20th century. The curriculum is modernized, as Abby already said, and on par with other international institutions. We are proud of our collaboration with LISCA. And we have now come to the place where we have 2-year program. And with a little help and a little push, sooner or later we'll be able to give an associate degree from this LMTI. We have seen our maritime program grow and develop with thousands of vessels flying our flag. Now, we are working to ensure that we have skilled and trained men to man these vessels. And not only that they fly our flag, but we'll have men on those vessels who will be able to practically be a part of all the technical areas of those vessels. Today is a new beginning, Madam President. Before I take my seat, please allow me to pay homage to the one who worked assiduously towards making this dream into a reality. He ensured an appropriate land was secured for this project, and today is able to reap the fruit of his labor. Thank you, Honorable Besma, for ensuring that we have this beautiful property overlooking the ocean, and congratulations on behalf of the members and the board of directors. Thank you.
We've come to mark a significant day in the maritime industry and in the history of our country. In 2015, when I was called upon I received 3 communications in a week from Association of Seafarers of this country, both former and those currently in the industry. And their quest was, why are we not employed on Liberian registered vessel? And I told them it will require consultation. And having consulted the entire Maritime Authority commissioners, there was one issue that came out, and that was capacity. And I want to strongly believe that it's the issue of capacity the LMTR has been set up to address. I strongly believe that with the setup of this institute, then we can make a case. We can stake our claim to whoever is registered, because we will have the necessary credentials to challenge or to go for it. So on behalf of the National Legislature and the Maritime Committee, I want to say a big thank you to Madam President for continuing to keep the dream of young Liberians alive. And I also want to say thank you to the authorities of the Maritime Authority for continuing to live up to whatever this country is aspiring to do, not only for today, but for tomorrow. We can safely say that you have the support of the National Legislature through your committee, and we work with you, and we stand with you to ensure that this work goes from the certificate or diploma granting institute to a degree granting institution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Guer. Today, LMT and I will always and forever be named and called John G. Bestman Maritime Training Institute. I've heard and I read something very impressive. I've known this man for years, but I didn't know that he was this kind of person. I thought he was a lucky guy. But I got to realize that he's a competent person. When I was told he would be named John G. Bestman Maritime, I said, well, man, he was never even official, man. How can he be? Then by 2 o'clock this morning, I got a professor. She convinced me again that she make a right decision for this bill to be called the John G. Bestman Maritime Training Institute. So at this time, we didn't hear anything from him. So I thought to bypass a little bit of protocol to hear from the man himself, Mr. Bestman.
Thank you very much. It was not easy acquiring this property. I unveiling of the flag, and you read bio, the president said, oh, one thing you forgot, that he succeeded me. Well, I want to say this in summary. Madam President, I succeeded you in many areas. I start with 1968. When I came back from school with an associate degree, and I reported to then Assistant Secretary, and you came in and said, what are you doing here? Associate, you got to go back to school. And you didn't rest until the following year, you sent me back to school. And when I came back, I started with the Maritime Bureau. You again was then Assistant Minister of Fiscal Affairs, and moved on up to Deputy Minister for Expenditure and Transport. You didn't rest until you brought me to that position of Assistant Minister for Fiscal Affairs, succeeding you. Again, 1979, you were appointed Minister of Finance, and you didn't rest and brought me back to that position you left, Deputy Minister for Expenditure. As was stated here, maybe you forget, I'm refreshing your memory. You were chairman of the board for the Liberia Electricity Corporation. Your good friend and buddy, Harry Moore, was managing director. When you resigned from that position, you recommended me, and I was appointed chairman of the board for the Liberia Electricity Corporation. I just wanted to put this right. The only thing I don't want is in 21 days the position you will be stepping in. If you tell me and put me there, I will fight and lose myself. Today, it's a great honor, not for me alone, but my family. They're the best one for countries. All of them. This is your honor. This is your honor. Our ancestors are lying there. Before I joined them, our name will remain here as long as this institute is in existence. And I have been promised that this institute will grow. I don't know what tribe Abby belongs, but when they say something, they do it. This institute is going to become first class maritime into the institute. For all of this, Madam President, I want to say thank you. But, Madam President, I alone do not deserve this. Others. Seriously. I want to mention, in particular, General F.B. Cooper, who was Commissioner of Maritime Affairs when I joined him in 75. Gerald worked, Gerald encouraged me, Gerald did everything. So I want to share this honor today with Gerald F.B. Cooper. And that was Joseph Taylor. So please stand. Commissioner Joseph Taylor. Commissioner Taylor also did his best. It was not easy acquiring this property. When we first came here, the people fought. The people said, oh, that's why I'm bringing a company here and they want to take our properties. But we proved them wrong. To create all of these properties. cash to the private owners. You see the building standing up there, that five-stone building? The owner of that building refused to let it go. But we went to the laws. We went to the justice ministry. And the value of the building was deposited in our account.
We've been waiting. Madam Ambassador, thank you for coming. And let me follow James Colley and saying we stand on the existing protocol. Thank all of you for being here. This day, we've been waiting for a long time. We've come on this campus, or we've come on these grounds so many times in the past. We've told the legislature in several annual messages that we are hoping the day we will see our Maritime Training Institute reactivated and functional, training our young people. They passed the act that established the authority. And part of that commitment was that we'll see what we have today. We thank all of those who were part of it. I'm glad that Gerald Cooper was mentioned. Bian Kessley was mentioned. And you retired someone who had been here for 24 years. A lady, right? Yona Dennis, who worked here for how many years? 43 years as administrative assistant. She was just retired. Are you here? Oh, it's too bad she's not here. But anyway, she will hear her name mentioned and she will know that we're extending gratitude to her for her many years of service, even in those difficult days when the Institute was not running as it should. This Institute was made possible because of the agreement reached in 2015 with LISCA, our agent that runs Maritime program, in conjunction with the board, the commissioners of the Maritime Authority. It is because Liberia has already established its efficiency in the management of the Maritime program that many of the ship owners have themselves encouraged the establishment and operation of the Institute in order that they would meet the commitment to us that they will begin to train our own people who would then be employed on those boats that are registered under the Liberian flag. This for us is a major goal and a major accomplishment. And I want to thank Avi and Uren Cohen and all of those who have run the Maritime program to bring us to this day. We have 24 recruits that have started the program, the 2-year program. And my understanding is that, one, they went through a rigorous program for selection, professional one, to ensure that they have the right background for academic training, because this is not just learning to be on a boat or learning how to swim. This is also learning how to be a professional maritimer. And that's why it was mentioned by the chair that eventually, once they complete their program, they can be certificated as associate in arts degree. We gave them certain things. But among them, among the 24, are 3 women. 4 women. Can I see you, please? Supposed to stay online? Okay, please. But I want to commend them, because it's not often that women will go and want to be a part of training for maritime, which involve deep water diving, saving people, all this type of thing. So we commend them and hope that their numbers will expand over the years. We are also thankful that I'm told that they come from all 15 counties, which means the effort was made to recruit so that every county can get a little bit of the benefit of this program. Again, we want to commend the LMA and LISCA for ensuring that all of our people can point and say, at least we have one training in that institute as you expand the number of trainees. I'm particularly pleased to name this in honor of John Desmond. He couldn't succeed me one last time. It's too late. It's too late for that. But at least, like he said, his name will be in history. Not only for what he served in so many positions over the years, but everyone who comes to this institute will remember him and his service to the country. John, we owe you that. And I'm glad that with the approval of LISCA and the LMA, we have given honor to whom honor is due. Thank all of you for coming. We're going to see this, and on the grounds, you're also going to see the OLS custom building, right? I don't know where they were getting inputs from, but the OLS custom building in the Republic is on these grounds, so somebody must have been fishing for a long, long time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the honor to our public servant who has served so well, and thank you for responding to LISCA and LMA that had read it today, made us proud, and I'm glad they've done it in good time for me. Thank you.
Presentation of gift by the cadets.
Thank you.
Distinguished guests, members of the community, LMTR staff, cadets, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you with a deep sense of honor, privilege, and humility to be proposing a vote of thanks today. May I deeply express on behalf of our management and staff at LMTI our profound gratitude to Your Excellency, Madam President, for having taken time off your many responsibilities to join us here today and to share this occasion with us, and indeed for having inaugurated formally this institute, which we hope will emerge as a temple of world-class learning and also a center of excellence for maritime education and training. Today will go down as a red-letter day in the annals of LMTI history, as we formally join in the glorious duty of nation building for Liberia. Once again, on behalf of the management, staff and cadets of LMTI, may I express our humble and heartfelt gratitude for being here for us. Thank you very much. On behalf of LMTI, may I also express my sincere gratitude to all the dignitaries and distinguished guests present here for blessing this fledgling institute by your loving presence. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I must make a special mention today of a person whose contribution has been critical for founding of this institution. That is none other than Mr. Honorable John G. Bestman, former finance minister and an eminent citizen of Liberia, and also a proud son of Marsha. His life dedicated to the service to the nation will be a guiding beacon, and as you rightly said, you will be a role model for all the cadets and the community members. We are deeply honored with his presence here today and proud of his name and reputation being associated with this institute. Thank you very much, sir. Needless to add, an institute does not become an institution without the people who bring it to life. Without doubt, a lot of people are put in dedicated efforts and focus combined with visionary leadership to make it what it is today. Primarily, we wish to express our sincerest gratitude to the fine leadership at LISCA, managed by the Cohen family, including Mrs. Yoram, Adam and Alan Cohen, without whose enduring support, this new avatar of LMTI would not be happening. Abraham Avi Zeidenberg, chairman of LMTI, famously known as Avi, representing LISCA in Liberia, has been taking painstaking efforts with his hands-on approach to solve all the issues, both major and minor. Its constant attention and support has been a great source of strength to all of us here. Thank you, Avi. I would also like to thank our general manager, Mr. Jason Yahudain, who has been, so to speak, in the line of fire by being on the ground for more than 1 year prior to the start of the academic year. He has been getting this parcel of land, long abandoned and neglected, back into what we see today. His constant attention to every tiny detail is obvious in bringing about this transformation all around us. Thank you, Jason. May I take this opportunity to show our gratitude to our extremely talented and competent staff who make this a great center of learning, and also all those who work tirelessly to support it in different ways. I wish to thank all those LMTI non-academic staff and contracted workers who have been constantly working to bring glory to LMTI. So to each and every member of our staff who keep the flag of LMTI flying high, a very big thank you. However, may I gently remind you that we have a long way to go and we have just started our journey. But your achievements in this very short time is very highly commendable. Looking around the campus, which you will shortly see during your campus tour, the people who have designed and crafted LMTI infrastructure and completed the projects with due care and timeliness needs a very special mention. City Builders, International Aluminum Factory have wonderfully supported us, and we are extremely thankful for all their efforts. Thank you very much. The landscaping team, Organic Matters, have done a very professional job of transforming this weed-infested land into a scientifically planned garden, keeping beauty and the environment both very much in mind. That passionate work is so obvious that they seem to understand the language and emotions of the soil here. In the days to come, many patches will live and learn in this wonderful environment, thanks to the wonderful investment done on the soil of this land. Thank you, Ivor, Bill and your team. I must also not forget the high importance of good food and nutrition, which have been admirably maintained by catering teams of Precious and Ruth, who have kept us nourished and energized, keeping excellent hygiene and variety in mind. Thank you very much. I may not have named everyone who have made today possible for us, but with my due apologies, may I add that we have the deepest gratitude for all your contributions and in building and nurturing this institute. Last but not the least, let me turn my attention to our future pride of this institute, our dear cadets. They, along with the parents, have put their trust in us for being transformed into highly valuable assets for their nation and to make Liberia proud in the international marketplace. We thank them and their parents for the trust placed in us, and also congratulate them for being the chosen few who made it through the tough selection rounds we conducted in the middle of last year. I also wish each one in the days to come the very best. We cannot rest on our laurels yet. We have a long tryst with our destiny. Let us be ready to rise to all the challenges we have to encounter. Together we can make it happen. Together we will do Liberia proud by making LMTI a world-class institution of maritime learning, a proud destination for all. In conclusion, I would like to wish each one a very happy and prosperous New Year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Closing prayer by Reverend Righty Joe of the Methodist Church.
Shall we all stand? God of love, God of grace, God of peace. We thank you for our president and all those that are in authority with us. We thank you, oh God, for our father, John G. Bestman, who have been named here today. We thank you for all who have come. The peace of God, which passes all understanding, and keep your hearts and minds in the knowledge and love of God, and all of His Son, Jesus Christ our Lord, and the blessings of God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit, be among us, remain with us, now and forevermore. That God, children say amen.
Amen. Now, the nation for policy review.
openly they have to guard it and they have to do each of the parts of the ship. So we'll train them, we'll open them theoretically and practically. Almost all ship machinery we try to provide 60% or 40% is done. And the gas cutting, and they can fabricate the pipe and the steel plate to build the ship. So still we are reporting many of the they can utilize them